Hello everyone, my name is Jace and we are back with a new video. Now today's video is actually going to be an update to the enchanting tutorial I made not too long ago, because with the new update 1.14 it has added new things to enchant, new ways to enchant, and it's changed the way some things work with enchanting. For instance, the armor, you can now stack all the protection types on there. This tutorial is going to be a little bit different than the last one. I'm not going to do things the same way I did the other one. I'm going to try to do it into a little bit of segments. I got everything separated into chests to describe each enchanting technique, each way to enchant each thing, and what you need to do to make sure you have every possible enchantment stacked onto the same item. Before I go over any enchanting, I want to go over a new block in the game called the grindstone. The grindstone is going to allow you to repair and also disenchant items. So whenever you're going and you're getting all your items to enchant and you're getting things that just are not working out for you, you can go ahead and take your enchanted item, throw it into the grindstone, and get your item back. That way you're not going to go through a bunch of diamonds and you're not going to waste a lot of time and resources to go through this tutorial and get the items that you need to get everything fully enchanted. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to start enchanting is going to be the sword. Now, the sword is going to have 9 possible enchantments you can put on it, and that's going to be Sharpness 5, Smite 5, and Bane of Arthropods 5. But these 3 you cannot stack with each other, so there's really only going to be a possible and max amount of 7 enchantments on a sword at any time. You got Knockback 2, Fire Spec 2, Looting 3, and Sweeping Edge 3, and also Mending and Unbreaking. Mending and Unbreaking is also going to be able to be put on every single item that you can enchant in survival regardless. Now, with the Diamond Sword, you're going to want to enchant one sword first. The reason you want to do this is because in Minecraft, the way enchanting and items repairing on the anvil works is because you have 6 edits per item. Every single time you use an item in an anvil, whether it be repairing, naming it, adding it with another item, enchanting books on top of it, doesn't matter, it's going to use an edit point. Every single item has 6 possible edits you can use before it'll be too expensive. So in order to get every single enchantment possible for the sword, you're going to want to enchant one sword first and try to get 2 max level enchantments out of that, whether it be Knockback 2, Looting 3, Sharpness 5, Knockback 2, like here, it doesn't matter, you just want to get 2, and then get every other enchantment that you don't have on the sword already that you want. So I have Sharpness 5, Knockback 2, I need Unbreaking, Mending, Sweeping Edge, Looting, Fire Spec, and that's it. And you just want to walk over to an anvil and then place everything in there, and then it all should go on without you having any too expensive errors, and that'll be it. Now this sword should have 5 edits, so you should be able to change the name to whatever you want, and then that'll max out the edit. You will have mending, so you won't need to worry about repairing, but that is going to be how you get every single enchantment possible on the diamond sword. And now we're going to move on to the armor. Okay, so with the armor, now in the 1.14 update, you're able to stack protection, fire protection, blast protection, and projectile protection. Now, with this, getting all these onto the same armor piece is tricky, but it's going to work in the same way that you're going to do it with a sword. You're going to want to enchant an chest piece first, one chest piece or 1 diamond leggings, and try to get at least 2 fully maxed level enchantments on that piece. And then you're going to want to just take the items that you have with the enchantments and find which ones you don't have. I don't have Mending, Thorns, and Unbreaking, and we're going to have to get projectile, blast, and also fire protection. You're going to want to come over to an anvil and just place them in there, and then throw all the enchantments on there like normal. And you should be able to get every single enchantment on there and not run into a too expensive error. Now we have every single protection enchantment on there, along with Thorns, Mending, and Unbreaking. That's going to be every single enchantment you can get on the leggings and chest plate. Now we're going to move on to the helmet. The helmet and the boots are a little bit different. Mostly the helmet, because you're going to need to enchant 2 separate helmets first and get 2 fully max level enchantments on each. The helmet's going to be the same as the chest plate and leggings, other than Respiration and Aqua Affinity are added to the possible enchantments, so that's why you're going to need to get 2 instead of 1, because combining these 2, although there will be 4 enchantments on the one helmet after we're done, there will only be 1 edit, because enchanting an item in an enchanting table doesn't count as an edit. So we have Aqua Affinity and Respiration 3, Protection 5 or Protection 4, and Unbreaking 3. So we need Thorns, Mending, Respiration 3, not Respiration 3, Blast Protection, Fire Protection, and Projectile Protection. Now if we come over to an anvil and place everything in here, every single one of them, we will get the 1 helmet that will give us every single enchantment possible, and it'll be at max edits. Now you're not going to be able to rename anything. I guess you will be able to rename anything. I guess naming things doesn't count as an edit point. I was wrong earlier in the video. But now we're going to have a fully enchanted diamond helmet with all the protection on it, along with Thorns Respiration 3, Aqua Affinity, and Unbreaking. Now we're going to move over to the boots, and the boots are almost exactly the same as the helmet, although there is one additional enchantment possible, and that's going to be Frostwalker. But Frostwalker and Depth Strider are not compatible, so it's really the same amount of enchantments on the boots that you can put on the helmet, and you're going to do the exact same thing you did with the helmet. Enchant 2 separate boots with fully max, at least 2 different fully max enchantments on both. Combine those, take the ones you don't have already, and just simply add the books and an anvil, and you'll have your fully maxed enchanted boots. The next thing we're going to enchant is the bow, and the bow is pretty straightforward. You have Mending and Infinity, which are incompatible, so you only have really 5 enchantments you can put on, and that's less than 6, so you can just take every single one of your things that you need on there and throw it into an anvil, and you should be good to have every single enchantment possible for a bow on the same bow. And I like to put Infinity and not Mending on mine. So, like I said, everything with the bow is really straightforward. Just put every enchantment onto an anvil and you're good to go. Just like the bow, the crossbow is going to be the exact same way. You have 2 enchantments that are not compatible, and that's multi-shot and quick charge. Just take all the enchantments you want and put it on the crossbow. I don't like multi-shot, so we're going to put all these on here, and that's it. Same thing as the bow. Crossbow is very simple. So we're getting pretty repetitive at this point. The Triton's going to be the same way. You have 2 enchantments that are not compatible, and that's Riptide and Loyalty. So you take every single one that you do want on there and just add them into the anvil, and you'll get you a fully maxed out enchanted Triton. So Unbreaking, Mending, Loyalty, Impaling, Riptide, not Riptide, and Channeling, because Riptide is, like I said, incompatible with Loyalty. Okay, so now we're moving on over to the tools, and the tools are very straightforward. You have Efficiency, Silk Touch, Mending, Unbreaking, and Fortune 3. Now Fortune 3 and Silk Touch aren't compatible, so if you want both of those enchantments, you're gonna have 2 separate pickaxes or shovels or whatever you want. And I put Fortune 3 over here underside the diamond hoe, because you can actually put it on a hoe and break the crops with it if you want and get a chance to have better crop drops, but it doesn't have to be on the hoe, is why I separated it. But all you want to do is take the ones you want, throw it onto the tool you want in the anvil, or put it in enchantment table first. That way you have a better chance of getting more at once, and you shouldn't come into any problems with too expensive for the tools. Now the fishing rod is going to be exactly the same, and this one is even more straightforward. There's no enchantments that are incompatible. Everything that you can enchant, you just throw it on, and you should have an incredibly overpowered fishing rod that will never break again. And the last 4 items are kind of random, and you probably wouldn't even enchant them anyways other than the elytra, and that's going to be the shield, shears, flint and steel, and elytra. And you can put Mending and Unbreaking on those, and that's just going to make it to where your XP will repair it, and it'll take a longer time to break. Okay, so that is going to be the end of the tutorial, and even though I showed you guys how to do it this way or how to do it that way, you don't necessarily have to add books to everything to get the fully maxed out enchantment. I would actually recommend taking your items to an enchantment table first and trying to get as many as you can on that one item beforehand. I just showed you guys the definite way to do it. Definitely get every single possible enchantment, and especially with this armor now, we have all the protection types, and it's pretty overpowered. So this will definitely be an addition to your late in-game world, and I hope you guys did enjoy the tutorial. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you all in the next video.